I don't know about you, but I love a good resurrection story. Think of Gandalf coming back to life after defeating the Balrog, or the return of half of mankind in Avengers Endgame. And who can forget the return to life of our favorite Vulcan in The Search for Spock? And of course, the story of Easter, the resurrection of Jesus. There is comfort in at least imagining that death is not the end, but that there is life at the end of the tunnel. Did you realize that this is also a very important theme in Star Wars? But there is something special about the ways in which Star Wars talks about life beyond death. Let me explain. I'm Father Roderick, I'm a priest and a geek, and I love to share with you the deeper layers and hidden meaning of the stories that we like. There are 3 different ways in which Star Wars brings certain people back from the dead. First of all, as a vision or a dreamlike appearance, like Han Solo appearing to Kylo Ren, Ben, in The Rise of Skywalker. It is more of a memory than a real apparition, but we can relate to it. When you lose a loved one, you can sometimes experience these vivid dreams or strong memories of the person that you lost. You can, in a certain way, still hear their voice. Way number 2, Force ghosts. After dying at the hands of Vader, Obi-Wan speaks and later appears to Luke to guide him on his path to becoming a Jedi. And we discover that other Jedi can also do this after dying, and we see appearances of Yoda, Anakin, Luke and Leia, and Rey hears the voices of many deceased Jedi when she faces the Emperor. These moments are more than memories. These Force ghosts seem to be apparitions of the spirits or souls of the deceased. And then number 3, physical resurrection, the return of someone not just as a memory or a ghost, but as body and soul. And I'm not just talking about the controversial way in which Palpatine was brought back to life in Episode 9, but each Star Wars trilogy contains a resurrection story. The prequels end with the spiritual death of Anakin, once a redeemer-like archetype, but it's followed by a kind of resurrection. Even though he didn't fully die, his rise as Darth Vader does evoke a bodily resurrection. In The Empire Strikes Back, Han Solo's life seems to end in a carbonite coffin, but in The Return of the Jedi, Leia enters the tomb-like caverns of Jabba the Hutt to bring Han back from the grave, maybe subconsciously evoking the women visiting Jesus' tomb and witnessing his resurrection on Easter morning. In the Star Wars sequels, we have 2 resurrection moments. Emperor Palpatine returns to life using unnatural ways. But when Rey and Ben together try to defeat him, Rey sacrifices herself and she loses her life. And then Ben completes his own redemption by giving his own life force to bring her back to life, thereby truly becoming the Vader that he so desperately tried to emulate, not by following the dark path of his grandfather, but by sacrificing his life to save someone else, just like Vader did for his son. The reason that I think Easter is so important and that these resurrection stories are so beautiful is not because I'm a priest and it's part of my job. It is because what happens to Jesus and in these stories fills me with hope. Hope that there is life after death. Not just in the form of a memory or a disembodied soul, a ghost. Not as a manipulated clone or a zombie who steals other people's life force to live. But as a living, breathing, loving human being, body and soul, who, like Rey, can live again because someone gave his life to save me. Hope this helped. Happy Easter. Follow for more. Oh, and check out my profile to find my podcasts and my other videos.